Hello， 大家好，我是温哥华的吐槽姐。之前已经录过一期特朗普采访的视频翻译了，当时就有承诺过大家说，如果这期视频反响比较好，我就接着录第二期。作为一个言而有信的人，兑现承诺的时刻到了，非常感谢所有观众朋友的厚爱啊！快马加鞭，兑现诺言来了。那今天我们就接着翻译这个采访的其他内容。那在正式开始之前，我还是照样逼逼几句。不想听的朋友，提醒您一下，油管是可以快进的，视频下方有一个叫做进度条的东西，您可以拖动就可以跳过这一步，直接看您想看的东西了，不必因此困扰哈。那么正如我上期视频讲到的 Trump 接受的这次采访并不是电视媒体，并不是主流左媒，而是一个油管上的自媒体频道啊。这个视频在我上次看的时候已经有400多万的浏览量了。 Again， 我觉得这是一个非常好的选择，因为主流左媒对 Trump 做的唯一一件事就是妖魔化特朗普，把他描绘成一个纳粹，一个独裁者，通过谎话断章取义，曲解原意，通过输出观点而不是事实来蛊惑民心，欺骗美国老百姓，欺骗美国选民。时至今日，还是有很多人愿意相信那些谎言，因为如果你不面对面的去见他，或者参加他的 rally， 他上的所有的电视媒体都在曲解他的意思，就是这电视媒体已经过于 corrupt， 过于腐败了，已经沦为左派控制下的宣传意识形态的工具，没有任何平等交流的基础，他们也不想真的了解你的政策，也没有打算让老百姓真正了解你是个什么样的人。所以说特朗普现在选择跟自媒体在一起做，我觉得是个非常非常好非常正确的选择。我又忍不住想说这个段子，就是左媒一直说特朗普是个独裁者，我就没见过哪个独裁者能被媒体欺负成这样的，而且还被社交媒体给封号了，封口了，有哪个独裁者能说不出话来的？这不是反了吗？不应该是独裁者封你们的嘴吗？上期我翻译的那部分主要是聊了特朗普的家庭，他对子女的教育，我们可以看到一个很真实像我们普通人一样的特朗普。这期翻译的部分主要讲的是他对堕胎以及1月6号国会山事件的看法。
Well, you know, it's up to the states now. It's up to the states because I have, and I believe in exceptions and all of the different things.
You've been vocal about that.
I've been very
Would
well.
you try to influence?
I mean, I think a lot of people agree with me.
Yeah.
You know, it was very, very strong, very, very tough. Roe v. Wade was always about getting it back to the states.
Yeah.
And then people started talking about the number of weeks and this, that, all these. But nobody wanted, no legal scholar, no Democrat, no Republican, liberal, conservative. Nobody wanted it in the federal government. It shouldn't be in the federal government. And the legal scholars, it was abhorrent. They didn't want it, and they didn't want it in the federal government.
Now,
and it was in the federal government.
I know you said, sorry.
What we did is, we moved it back to the states and a vote of the people. And now they're voting. Ohio voted a very liberal, you know, Ohio, I won Ohio by a lot, but they voted, and it's up to them.
Yeah.
Okay, I do believe in exceptions, life of the mother, rape, and incest.
Right.
If your daughter's raped by somebody, and let's say he's from a prison someplace and he's killed people and everything else, absolutely, you have to be able to do.
Yeah.
There are some people, and I think that group is smaller and smaller when they realize what's going on, but there are some people that under no circumstances can you do it. I don't happen to agree. Ronald Reagan didn't agree. But what has happened is it's now back in the states where it belongs. And the states are moving along, and they're approving things.
So,
some conservative and some liberal.
There's my wife and I had a baby through IVF, and you've been very supportive of IVF.
I was totally.
I really love that. You said that you guys were going to pay
from
for
the
it,
beginning.
and I would love to get the refund or whatever once that happens from the government.
But I actually said, we want babies in our country.
And we do.
Yeah.
But
so now
there are some people using that reversal of Roe v. Wade to kind of attack the legality of IVF. And to me, it's like, that's heartbreaking.
These are crooked politicians. These are politicians. Now, I'll give you an example. I came out, when it first came up, and it started in Alabama, where a judge ruled that you couldn't do IVF, and all clinics all over Alabama was going to shut down, were going to be shut down. And I wasn't an expert on IVF, but I have common sense. You know, we're the party of common sense.
Yeah.
And some women called me, and actually Katie Britt called me, the senator from Alabama, who's really a young, good politician, smart, great husband, who was a football player, great family. She called me up, she said, sir, women have come to me and almost attacked me, and they're my best friends, that the judge shut down IVF. He's a very, conservative judge. I said, let's explain it. Tell me. And she told me. I said, no, it's a great thing. It's helping women have babies. After about 5 minutes, I'm a quick study, I said, that's a great thing. And I came out within 45 minutes of the decision. I came out strongly in favor on behalf of the Republican Party. Sure. Here's what does happen, which is really, we get calls that just the other day that this total lying politician that's running, that ruined San Francisco, she destroyed San Francisco with her very liberal policies. She, Kamala, said that I'm against IVF, okay, that I'm against it. They know it's untrue. They lie and they say, and they know it's a lie.
No
Even the other one, in my speech, I talked about peacefully and patriotically. They never show that. They never talk about it. To show you how dishonest they are, the J6 committee, I call it the unselect, they call it the select committee. I call it the unselect committee of political hacks and thugs. They never talk about my speech because it was a good speech. It was a, patriotic speech.
Are you numb to this now, or
no? I never
get
numb
still bother
to it.
you?
No, it bothers me. I'll tell you what bothers me. Kamala the other day said he is against IVF. Everybody knows that that's false. So they can say what they want. I have a hard time doing it to them because I'm basically a truthful person. But and frankly, she's given me so much ammunition. I don't really have to. I mean, she's a radical left lunatic who will destroy our nation. And I think that just getting back to your original thought on the abortion, having it back in the States, the people are now voting on it. And we're going to put an end to a 52-year ordeal. This has been going on for 52 years.
Yeah.
It's back with the states, and it's a vote of the people. Yeah. And that's where everybody wanted it to be. And I think that issue is largely quelled because of that.
You've said, like, Arizona, you think went a little bit too far. If you feel a state goes a little bit too far, will you use a little influence and say, hey, maybe Brennan says we can make exceptions?
I would. Oh, no, I won't back it. I won't back it. I think
I think that's important for moderates to hear. That's why I want to give you the opportunity to say that.
No, some states say no wait. But they're all changing because the people in the state won't stand for that. There are some states that say, under no circumstances, you have a daughter and she's raped by the worst, most violent criminal in the country. You cannot take her.
She has to live with that for the rest of her life.
She's got to live with this. And, the father is a monster. I can't believe that people are forced to do that.
Yes.
And you have a tiny, right now, it used to be a much bigger segment. No, I think I've done a good job in a lot of ways because I've convinced people that you just can't do that.
No, that's important.
It's always been complex. It's always been tough. But we've come a long way with that issue. But just in a nutshell, bringing it back to the states and giving a vote of the people is where they wanted it 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago. And then they got a little complex. They talked about the length and the number of
but
weeks.
With protections, with protections for women. And
to me, you have to. Ronald Reagan, a long time ago, was with the same 3 protections. He said he wanted, for rape, incest, and the life of the mother, and that was long time ago.
正如我之前反复讲的，很多人老是说特朗普极右。我想说，你真的看过特朗普任何的政策，听过他一条演讲吗？特朗普是个妥妥的中间派，他是个生意人，他是用商人的理念在治理国家，他是用 common sense 治国的人。其实特朗普这样呢，他其实是两头得罪的。左派本来就不喜欢他，因为他的政策又偏中间派，他甚至得罪了极右或者不那么极、比较偏右的那些右派，但是他都没有在乎，因为他一门心思是希望美国好，他是爱他的国家、爱他的人民，希望这个国家变更好的。从这个访谈中，我甚至理解了特朗普并不想跟卡马拉哈里斯继续辩论的那种无奈。我之前还在之前的视频里面指出来他那次辩论做的不好的地方，我现在几乎有点共情他的心态了，就是因为左派和左派控制的主流媒体一直在说谎，就是明晃晃的说谎，让他百口莫辩。就是那 那就是个谎话，你跟谎话有什么好辩解的？你就只能说那是谎话。再次感谢大家的观看，如果这条视频表现好，我还是会继续做下一期，因为这个视频特别的长。他还讲了对前副总统麦克彭斯还有伊隆马斯克等等的看法，以及他被枪击暗杀他的幕后力量是谁。如果这条视频表现好，我会继续翻译，我会继续兑现承诺。另外呢，我还要额外感谢这位 ID 为 Ruby 中0103的网友，给我打赏了巨额资产，非常感谢这位朋友的支持。我也是喜剧演员，我在俱乐部做英文单口喜剧，台下的加拿大人给我塞小费都没有塞这么多过，这是我这辈子收到过的最大规模的从天而降的奖励，非常感谢您的认可和鼓舞，我会继续努力的。最后还是感谢每一个看到视频最后的您，如果您是新朋友，记得点赞订阅开小提醒，就不会错过今后的新视频了。咱们下期视频再见，拜拜。